Uncle John, you want to say a few words? You want to do it later or not at all?
Why not now? There we go.
Just a little.
Just push it a little bit, right?
There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I can't pass up this time to pay great credit to my older brother. He's always been my hero. I've never let him know. He's paved the way for me throughout my wise guy proceedings. His quiet manner seems to quiet down my adversaries. I wasn't very often physically attacked due to his good presence, I would say. But back in 1948, as I recall, he'd been married about, he and Jane had been married about 6 or 7 months. And, my wife Polly had just got married there, and well, they got married in 47. I got married in 48 with my wife Polly, and we went off on a trip. I don't know, it was probably in September or something like that, to the Laurentians, and we stayed in a little primitive French place in the town of La Concepcion. Conception. Had something in mind, but anyways, the place didn't conduce itself to that idyllic conduct, and well, one thing they did have was a big lobster roast in the area, and we bring in lobsters from Newfoundland, and we'd sit around with all these French folks and get a little drunk, and they had a master of ceremonies who was completely taken by Francis's lovely bride, Mary Jane. And as things went on, he just chirped her up, and he was quite a loud presence. And then all of a sudden he looked over at me, and I was sitting between my lovely bride, Polly. I think we'd been married about 3 or 4 months at that time, and Jane, and he says, "Which one are you with?" with his finger. And I pointed to lovely Polly. And he, in askance, said, "Malchance! Bravo, malchance!" But that was a nice experience, and it was nice to be with a nice couple. Starting I owe a lot of my life to my brother. And that's about it.
All right.
Anybody else on the ad-libbing? If not, Michael will move on to the next family.
What do you want to call that? Go for it.
Okay, it's the Betsy Nelson family.
Patty.
Patty. Patricia.
Patty is
I'm sorry.
I was told this was volunteer, and I said, no, thank you. I was like, you can't skip me.
And we weren't going to.
So I did not prepare anything, but being the top of the second half in children, I needed to say something. And the thing I came up with, everybody's already said. But as my husband will attest to, if something goes wrong in our family, I always find the silver lining. I always say, oh, it's not that bad. I have the more positive outlook in life, and that's because of you two. And thank you, and I love you, and our whole family loves you. And I'm not the crying sister, but I can see how it would happen in this.
All right, Patty.
Okay. Betsy, where are you?
Say, I'm not the cool one.
I don't know what's going to come out of Betsy's mouth, but last beer camp last week, or let's take it's beer camp.
Where's my drink?
Yeah. So I said to her son Sam, I said, Sam, how things going at home? He says, you mean estrogen syndrome?
Throw him under the bus. Yeah. Whoa. Thought that was the cardinal sin.
Appreciate that.
I could throw Sam under the bus right now, but I won't. First of all, I want to acknowledge something Kathy Benet told us, and a fun memory, that today is the anniversary of Mary Gaynor Kane's death.
Oh.
So everybody get a fun vision in their mind of Aunt Mary.
There you go.
Oh, good.
I'll send it around.
Michael told me yesterday at the football game, when we were still so excited, that I had to either decide I was talking or I wasn't, and I said, okay, I will. I had nothing prepared. I cried at the church because we're so proud. We're just immensely proud of what you've done. And the only other thing that I could add to my brothers and sisters is so many people have talked about the fact that their family doesn't get together like ours does, and they don't really want to. And part of your legacy is that we enjoy getting together. It's something that is really important to us. And your marriage was never perfect. Our marriages are never perfect, but you just are such a lesson in how to get through it and get through the times that aren't as easy. And so you just have an immense legacy that you've passed on to us. And you should be so proud, just as proud as we are of you.
Nice. Boy, I hate the ball. Oh, that's easy.
A funny little Mary Kane story. I think I told Noli this. Danny Standard, Hank Standard died recently, and we were at his funeral. Frank and Jane and I, and I've been doing some work in my retirement of this guy Perry Bland, who grew up in the same neighborhood as these guys did. And he said, my favorite Mary Kane story is, we used to play football at Redstone, and I went over and I stopped over at the Kane house, and Mary answered the door, and Perry says, can the boys come out and play football? She goes, Chris is skiing and Bobby can't come out. Okay. I think we're going to, Ashley, where are you? She and Billy are going to do a little thing, but I think we ought to skip that family for right now while they set up.
Let's not skip the family.
Okay.
They're going. Ashley and Billy are going to close this session.
Right.
And I am one of the crying girls, so my husband's going to speak for our family.
So we're not going now?
You're not going now. You're going to be at the end.
Billy's going to speak. Good.
Okay.
Right. Exactly.
Either way.
Thank you.
Susie, I got that on.
So my wife is very much the crying king. www.burlingtonfreepress.com, photo 2 in today's gallery. I've told some already. There is a wonderful, wonderful photo of the stands erupting in euphoria after a certain person scored a certain touchdown. And in the middle of the euphoria is one person bawling her eyes out, and she hasn't stopped crying since. And as part of our family ditty, Billy, MVP singer, will be accompanied by Ashley and O'Brien, piano player, and they're going to sing a little ditty to their beloved grandparents. With that said, on behalf of Susie and myself, when you look at the Kane girls, I would suggest that my wife has the physical attributes of her mother to the greatest extent than the rest of the family. With those physical attributes come very, very deep personal attributes. And Susie Kane is very much the product of her mother. Sometimes it's frightening, but she is very much Mary Jane Allen Kane.
I'm proud of it.
That said, she also has, of the 10 children, the most amount of children of herself for our generation. Hey, this is my story.
Stand up.
And so, she will follow you folks. You've been wonderful role models. And on a personal level, I want to say as to my father-in-law, I'm the only one here with a camel jacket. I wore it knowing that my father-in-law would be wearing a camel jacket. I've been married to Susie for 32 years. If we make it to 65, I will be 89 years old. The exact age is Francis Joseph Kane. I like to think of all of the sons-in-law, I am the person who lives the Frank Kane and lives the long enough.
Happy anniversary, Frank and Jane! Happy anniversary, Frank!
Now I try in every regard to do that.
Turn the power off! All I do is about Frank and Jane!
But on one serious note, here is the attribute that I want to try to follow. I try to follow, and I need to follow to a greater extent. And that is to keep my bride as my girlfriend, and to keep her there for another 35 years, and to every single day say, thank you, Susie, for making my life better.
I guess Ashley and Billy are going to perform now, and they had one rehearsal. So all I'm going to say is
It better be good.
Ashley pulled together a song, and it's called "Lucky to Be With My Best Friend."
Okay, let's go over here. Hold on.
And Kelly and Joey.
Practice it. Not bad.
Hear me talking to you across the water, across the deep blue ocean, under the open sky. Oh my, baby, I'm trying.
Boy, I hear you in my dreams. I feel you whisper across the sea. I keep you with me in my heart. You make wish we had one more kiss. I'll wait for you, I promise you I will. Lucky I'm in love with my best friend. Lucky to have been where I have been. Lucky to be coming home again. Right there. Lucky we're in love in every way. Lucky to have stayed where we have stayed. Lucky to be coming home someday. And so I'm sailing through the sea to an island where we'll meet. You hear the music, feel the air. I'll put a flower in your hair. Through the breezes, through the trees, move so pretty. You're all I see.